Hi, good morning, and welcome to today's daily reading for December 4th. We're going to be doing it from Sarah Ban Breathnach's book Simple Abundance, a day book of comfort and joy. And December 4th says, "The refinement of everyday thinking. The whole of science is nothing more than a refinement of everyday thinking." And that's a quote from Albert Einstein. There is a significant difference between thinking you know and actually knowing. Just as there's a significant difference between superficial change and change on a cellular level. It's one thing to move the furniture around for a fresh new look. It's quite another to rearrange your DNA, your destiny, nature, and aspirations, which is exactly what you're going to do when you search for your authenticity. Start to do that and you get a fresh new life. When I started writing the book, I knew that if I integrated gratitude, simplicity, order, harmony, beauty, and joy into my daily round, a sense of lack diminishes and a sense of abundance increases. That seemed to be quite enough. What I didn't know or even anticipate was the potency of the simple abundance process when combined with passionate and persistent reflection over 2 years. It is virtually impossible to write a book on authenticity as a spiritual and creative path and not be profoundly changed by it. On paper, Einstein's mathematical equation, E equals mc squared, appears rather benign, doesn't it? But it led to the development of the atomic bomb. On paper, gratitude, simplicity, order, harmony, beauty, joy equals authenticity appears equally benign. But I have discovered that this equation leads to complete personal and spiritual transformation, a mystical metamorphosis of our particular DNA that's so deep our egos don't know whether they're coming or going. One minute we're sure of ourselves, the next we're second guessing. This can be very disconcerting to our conscious selves. Of all the definitions of ego I've ever discovered, my favourite is Joseph Campbell's. What do you think you want? What you will, sorry, I'm going to start again. What you think you want, what you will to believe, what you think you can afford, what you decide to love, what you regard yourself as bound to. Now there's one tough babe to reckon with. And she's got a stranglehold on your destiny, nature, and aspirations that's so strong it will take nothing less than a divine detonation before she lets go. Okay, I'll maybe reread that. Okay, of all the definitions of the ego I've ever discovered, my favourite is Joseph Campbell's. So here's the definition. What you think you want, what you will to believe, what you think you can afford, what you decide to love, what you regard yourself as bound to. Now there's one tough babe to reckon with. So the tough babe is the ego. Okay, so that's the definition of the ego. Don't worry. About this time, you're poised for critical mass, that point when a self-sustaining chain reaction occurs. In physics, nuclear fusion occurs when two separate elements, like hydrogen and helium, are forced together. Through the exertion of extreme pressure and temperature, a surge of energy as powerful as the sun is suddenly released until the hydrogen and helium are completely transformed, producing an entirely new force in the universe. This is how new stars are created. In your search for authenticity, a similar process occurs. You fuse the 6 simple abundance principles or outward lifestyle changes with your own inner work, or what Einstein calls the refinement of everyday thinking. Now exert real-life pressures and the heat of your own passions on the 6 principles and ponder for at least 1 to 2 years. The result? One day the transformative process builds to a point at which it can no longer be contained within. A huge surge of creative energy is suddenly released, bringing forth a completely new entity, your authentic self, the visible manifestation of your soul. When this happens, what you think you want, what you will to believe, what you think you can afford, what you decide to love, and what you regard yourself as bound to will seem as if they belonged to another woman. They did. After passionately and persistently exploring the origins of the universe, Albert Einstein came to know that something deeply hidden had to be behind things. When you passionately and persistently search for wholeness, you'll know as well. Well, that was a long reading. I have no time to speak now. It's late, 5:35. So have a lovely day. Namaste, and I'll see you tomorrow.